Can you close your eyes for a moment and think about yourself? Think about your achievements. Think about your skills. Think about everything you have got till this day from your past and your life. Think about your abilities, your core values you believe in, the core values by which you live your life. Take a moment and think about this. Try to visualize what is coming to you, who you are. Well, it's interesting that we have a name and surname, perhaps a job title. And that's something by which we refer to ourselves in this life and how other people make or refer to us and make the first impression of who you are. You can open your eyes. The life is your past, our past, and the future that's coming, but we are not completely certain about it. There is something called presence, or present time, which is in between the past and the future, but it's somehow almost non-existent, especially in how we see or we understand time. Basically, we live in a multi-dimensional world, but we understand, or at least we can concretize the three dimensions. So from the point of physics, time is the fourth dimension, and the easiest way we have understanding of it is it's a past and a future that's coming. Now, think about your goals. Think about your aspirations. Okay, probably I'll make you tired of thinking. So you will not probably want to think about anything else in the next 2 days. Or maybe, just maybe, we will want to think about everything else in the next 2 days. So where do you want to be in the future? What's the ideal you, yourself, in tomorrow or in some distant future? I've been asking myself this question quite a lot in the last probably 10 years. You know, you go at school, at university, then you start a job, you do something in life, whatever it is, and many things kind of go in a loop and in the patterns that are already there. So we go at work, then we go home, then we hang out with friends or family, then we go to sleep, then again and again the same thing, and we try to find what's the next thing that I want to do so that I can be of use to this world, what kind of product or service I want to work on and develop and provide something that will make me valuable and make me eventually successful. So there are probably a lot of talks that you have heard on how to become successful, but still you know that it's really hard to find some unique or general recipe about success. So everybody has his or her own story through which you go. And thinking about all of this, and especially which is so important, to make a retrospective thinking, see how things went in your life in the past, I have came to certain elements of success which if we put in the right cohesion together, then we can absolutely increase our chances of being best or successful at anything that we do in life. The first thing, you thought a lot right now about yourself. But now let me ask you about something else to think about. This is completely different. Imagine, just hypothetically imagine, what if right now you are the only person or the only living being in the world and nobody exists, just everybody disappears. Tell me, are your skills and whatever you have got till today or your goals will ever matter? Oh, maybe, but just for yourself and just a little bit within a short period of time you will understand that nothing of that matters. Is your job title, entrepreneur, CEO, designer, whatever it is, accountant, will ever matter? Of course it will not. So I've been asking myself this question, why we are putting the accent of ourselves all the time when we know that everything we do is because of others. It doesn't matter whether you will accept this directly, immediately, or will need some time to think about it, and then you will definitely accept it. Always we talk about success of ourselves, although we forget, and many times we forget, that everything we do is just because of some other people. It doesn't matter whether these people are your closest ones or somebody somewhere in the planet. You are doing certain service. You are working on some innovative products, some innovation, something. We are talking about ideas of how to make a better world. Because of whom? Because of everybody. Especially because of other people. Whenever you go to pitch your idea in front of investors, they always ask you, which is your target group? Probably it's not yourself. Exactly. Whatever we do because of others. And that's how we become successful, or we are happier, or we fulfill ourselves. So, having this kind of way of thinking, you can call it philosophy, approach in thinking, I was trying to, because I'm a computer engineer, I always try to concretize things as much as possible so that I can pragmatically understand. So I said, well, which are the most important elements of success that I need to really have in mind always so that I can increase my chances of success and everybody else with whom I'm working and to whom I can reach. Hopefully you and everybody of you here today. As I mentioned, the first and most probably important element of success is the people. I mean, people can be your biggest motivation, but also people can be your, actually, the reason why you're giving up sometimes of things. You are the one who chooses your next step, but you should understand, no matter what, no matter sometimes how disappointed you might be from people, the only reason you're doing what you're doing is because of them. Whatever you do, just, you can put any generic example in your own context. You will understand that you're doing that for others, for the people around you. So people is the first element or the first ingredient in kind of setting up your mindset towards success and toward being best possible version of yourself tomorrow in whatever you will be doing and how these other people will benefit of you. Then I said, okay, people, we know that we do everything about others. We know everything that we do about other people. And understanding and putting this is in our mindset that actually people are the most important. It's not me the most important, others are the most important. Probably in that way I can be most important to somebody else. Somebody else who is doing something about us, about me. Would this vast of knowledge available today would ever exist if others weren't there? If everything we have today would ever exist and the opportunities we have, if there were no people in the past that somebody built up the world till the stage it is today? Of course not. It's just a simple logic. So then, Okay, we know people. We do something about people. Then what else that we really have to have in mind in order to really increase our chances of success or have our unique formula of success? The second thing, or the second element, is time. You know, probably, and you may possibly have been going in time management courses or thinking about time management stuff, but I would let you know that my way of thinking is that we should try to be as aware as possible of time. So try to find the real wisdom of time. You know why? Because we still take the time very much for granted. We are here now, and the entire world, and hopefully some other worlds in the distant universe, which I strongly believe they are. Everybody, through this timeline, the past, something in between which we call the present, and the future, we are taking it so much for granted in a way that we don't really appreciate that we have the chance to be here alive today and do something important with the time that we have. Actually, the main thing is that if you see, for example, the biggest or the most influential people in our world today, people like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or any, actually you can name it yourself, you will see that they become what they are because through a given time they reach as many people possible in the world. They brought a value or something of importance. So, you know, this is not probably bad to mention, but we are not going to live forever. And nobody of us knows, actually, till when we will be in this earth. So don't take the time for granted. Use it. Use it in the best possible way to do something. To do something to other people. Even if it's the smallest thing. You shouldn't try to dream about something almost impossible and wait for the chance that you strike that. Just start doing but what you know now. You already have something that you know. You already have something that you can provide to other people. And therefore, we came, of course, to the third thing. And it's the happiness. So, basically, if we put these three things together in the right cohesion, we have the people, we have the time that it's ours to choose what we will do with it, and then happiness in a way that we will not focus on our own happiness, but we will focus on other people's happiness. And by happiness I mean also other people's contentment and other people's benefit of us being alive. Then if you just put these things literally in your mind and think about them, you will see, and it's highly possible, that some patterns in your mindset will start to change towards different way of seeing things. Well, if you see things in a way that what I provide to other people with this thing that I will be doing, rather than what I will get from this thing I will be doing. The community taught me something that I did not expect. I became what I am today because I was helping the community in a way that I wanted to, because I was learning from helping. And suddenly, I would just tell you the short part of the story. I was so gamified in the Microsoft's online community of helping web developers more than 10 years ago that suddenly after a year become #1 answer worldwide on the forums. And then they gave me a blog to write for them. Then I had after 2 years, few millions impressions and visits on the blog. Then I got mentioned on Twitter by Microsoft top executives, and it kind of brought me also to start speaking on tech topics, because in Macedonia they invited me, oh, you're the guy who is #1 answer from the forums. So they invited me to talk about tech. And now today I ended up talking a lot. And actually many people recognized my efforts to help them without needing something immediately or anyhow back at that moment. Try to find what you can do for other people, and you will, through the time that you have, the benefits that you will bring them. Because I truly believe that the most successful are the ones who are of the biggest benefits to others. The most successful, and you will be successful if you find what you can do for others. Because, you know, life is not about getting or having. Life is about giving and being. Thank you.